All right, welcome back. Now to our series, Kids at Risk. When the Supreme Court made its ruling on Roe versus Wade, of course, the left meltdown went nuclear. Many blue states rushed to enact laws to counteract it, even though they really didn't have to. Every year, around 50,000 teens across this country abort potential children. Teens under the age of 20 make up 12% of abortions nationwide. Did you know that? Minors ages 17 and younger, about 4% of those abortions. 36 states require some sort of parental notification and or consent in this country. A lot of the states you'd expect to see on that map. Democrats, of course, trying to change that. Groups like the ACLU are advocating for unfettered access to abortion at any age. On its website, the ACLU says most teens don't involve a parent for very good reasons, claiming family involvement would only exacerbate an already volatile situation. John Amanchukwu is a pastor and author of the book Erased, Uncovering the Lies of Critical Race Theory and Abortion, and he joins us now. And sir, it's good to have you on. It's interesting to find, that this political, the people with this ideology on the left are trying to end parental involvement in so many different things at the same time. Abortion, when a kid gets pregnant, a teenager gets pregnant, education, they don't want parental involvement in that, and even decisions to mutilate a body, to change a gender at the age of 10 or 12 or 15 years old. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, Alice Bailey, who is known as the prophetess of the New Age movement, put together a 10-point plan. And the second thing that she wanted to do was to destroy parental involvement and break the communication between parents and children and make it where children have excessive rights to the point that they can do what they want to do. And in this country, it has worked. I believe that America is spiraling downward, and it's time for us to storm the cockpit.
It's obviously that the culture of this country is being eviscerated by whatever you want to call this ideology that has just taken over such a wide swath of the opposing political party. After Texas enacted a law prohibiting abortions after 6 weeks in September of 2021, the number of abortions statewide from September to December dropped by 46% compared with the same period in 2020. That according to data from Texas's Health and Human Services Commission. I think that a liberal would see a number like that and say that is terrifying, that there were less abortions. And I just wonder, how do you make amends with that? I mean, some people would say that is an atrocity. Others would say that that's a wonderful statistic.
There is something sinister and evil about the Democratic Party. They have pushed a culture of death in this nation. We just witnessed the midterm elections where they campaigned and used billions of dollars to convince the American populace that we should kill the most innocent amongst us, children. And now they're not happy with the parental rights that parents have over their children, and they still want to push abortion on demand. What is it with the left that causes them to hate children? If they can't chemically castrate a child, they will seek to kill the child in the womb. Today we have babies killing babies, and the left isn't satisfied with that. They want more and more abortions.
When you take it as a whole and you see the entire agenda at work, how do you explain it to people when they ask you what is happening in this country? As a pastor, somebody that people go to you and they want to understand what's happening to the country that they thought that they knew.
Well, the Bible says it this way, that righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach against any people. We cannot have the favor of God or the blessings of God without righteousness. And so today, Satan, the enemy, has infiltrated our culture, and he will use whatever political party that he desires to push his agendas. And I say to pastors, I say to leaders, I say to fathers out there, it's time for us to stand up and get on the front lines and speak up for children and women in our culture.
Well said. Pastor John Amanchukwu, thank you so much for taking the time. We appreciate it.